Guys, before we get in today's video, let's take a moment to thank the sponsor, Osplay Accessories. Now guys, if you've got a PS5, do you have the Dark Knight version, the Batman version, all black? Look at this thing. Sexy as hell. You can get this now for a very, very reasonable price. Osplay Accessories, link in the description. Use my code to get 10% off. Incredible value here. The matte black. You've also got these controllers. You can get the blue, the red, whatever color you want here as well. Customize it. Beautiful. You know, I prefer, look, this is the normal PS5 controller. You get this one and it just fits it. It just fits in with my aesthetic, my blue aesthetic. But you've also got the black PS5. It just looks beautiful. I got to give this bad boy a bit of a clean. But guys, use the code Dan Allen at checkout. Everything on the store, 10% off. And they support us, so we support them, guys. Now, onto the video. How's it going, guys? Dan here. Today we're going to talk all things the Call of Duty movie. And now a lot of you are thinking, where the hell is this movie? Let me run you down the previous news stories and what we've heard up to this point and where the hell this thing is. So back in 2015, in an Investor Day presentation, Activision Blizzard, just before BlizzCon, they announced a new division of the company focusing on TV and film. Okay, and their first project they announced was a robust cinematic universe for the Call of Duty franchise, a bit like the MCU, where they've got this robust universe of different movies, and then that bleeds into TV shows, which is what they also had planned, Activision, the possibility of TV adaptations. The timing, they said 2018 to 2019 for the first movie. Obviously, we're in 2021, no movie. What's happened? Well, there's been a number of directors and writers attached to this thing over the years. You know, Joe Robert Cole was attached to write the sequel, so they'd already written the first one, which is bizarre. That's how far ahead they were. Cole was known for Black Panther. He wrote Black Panther alongside Ryan Coogler. And then recently, it was Scott Silver who wrote Joker. He was attached with Stefano Solimar. I think that's how you say his name. Stefano was the director of Sicario 2. He was at the helm of the movie as the director of this Call of Duty movie. And that was back, years ago now. And he's had a few quotes here and there about, you know, this is going to be a real movie. That's the one thing, you know, Sicario 2 is a real movie. That's a good movie, guys. You know, I prefer the first one, Sicario, but the second one is still in that realm and very gripping and intense movie. And if he can bring that over to a Call of Duty movie, it will work. You know, this guy has the credentials to get it done. So I can understand what he was saying in some of these quotes where he goes, yeah, this is a real movie. It's not like other video game adaptations. We're going to really take it and run with it. There was some other heads of this project. Here's a quote. We have plotted out many years. There'll be a film that feels more like Black Ops, the story behind the story. The Modern Warfare series looks at what it's like to fight a war with the eyes of the world on you. And then maybe something that is more of a hybrid where you're looking at private covert operations while a public operation is going on. So there's all sorts of different things in that quote that you can dissect. I like that one part though where it's like to fight a war with the eyes of the world on you. I like that concept, and that'd be something that could really work well in a movie. But besides that, there hasn't been many details around the plot of the film. All we know is there's been a bunch of writers, bunch of people, you know, involved in this process, but nothing's really come out of it. And we know this has happened before in video games. You know, the Uncharted movie, for one, that was announced years and years ago, and it took, I don't know how many directors they got for that movie. You know, I reckon that movie was announced in 2014, maybe earlier. And it still hasn't come out, that Uncharted movie. It's placed to come out, I think, next year. But, you know, with COVID, who knows? So, and that's obviously starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. So they actually did get a decent director and decent cast involved. So I see a similar thing happen to Call of Duty. They actually had Tom Hardy and Chris Pine integrated into the cast at one stage. That obviously fell through. But I mean, where are we at now, guys? Well, apparently Activision are in a standstill and they're not focusing on the movie side of things and the TV side of things at this stage. It's not in their top priorities because they're just making too much money off COD Mobile and other games. Think of it this way, guys. You've probably seen some of these stats rolling around about gaming versus TV and movies and music. The gaming industry is worth billions, way more than those other industries at the moment, especially with games like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, just doing bonkers numbers. You know, there's no reason for them to want to even put this movie in the priority list. Although we'd really love to see a good Call of Duty movie. I know I would. A good Modern Warfare Black Ops movie would be awesome with a good cast. You've got the Division movie coming out. Well, that's in limbo as well a little bit with Jake Gyllenhaal, the Ubisoft Netflix partnership. So there's more video games coming in. You know, the Tomb Raider movie was alright. Borderlands movie coming out soon as well with, you know, Jack Black and a big cast, Kevin Hart. So, you know, Hollywood are taking this serious now, and they've seen the success with the MCU, and they know that a similar crowd would watch these video game movies. So at the moment, though, Stefano is claiming that, you know, it's at a standstill. And obviously this is the script now. We're at the stage where Stefano, the director, has worked with the Joker's Scott Silver, and they've got that movie plan and also the sequel, I believe, to this Call of Duty movie. So they've got the script there. It's ready to go. It's just about getting things moving, and I think it's just Activision being stubborn. I'm not sure, really. We can only speculate, but you know, the closest thing that we've got to a Call of Duty movie recently was probably a Chris Hemsworth's Extraction. Don't know if you saw that on Netflix. It's the biggest Netflix movie of all time, right? Chris Hemsworth, the only notable name in the film, arguably, and he's been able to pull in, you know, 100 million plus watches on Netflix last year. Incredible. And I really enjoyed the movie. I got some slack. I loved it, really. I loved the action and the one-er. When I say one-er, I mean a one-shot, sort of felt like one shot, about 12 minutes worth of action through a car and fighting. I love that shit. So that's the closest thing we've got. But just imagine you put the Call of Duty title, you get Chris Hemsworth as someone big along, and you get that. I don't want it to be Michael Bay, but it needs to be filled with action, that's for sure. And it's almost like a Black Hawk Down movie, I would think. That's the sort of movie I feel like it would be similar to. So that would really work well in 2022 or whenever it was to be shot or come out. So I actually spoke with Barry Slone, Captain Price from Modern Warfare, and Ghost Jeff Leach to see what they had to say about this Call of Duty movie. Let's take a look what they said.
Does that make sense?
I noticed you were hitting the gym a bit more.
I mean, like now I've stepped up even more, so now it's going full
Are you trying to play Ghost in the Call of Duty movie as well?
Oh, I mean, if they make a movie Call of Duty, they better hire me and Chad and Barry and Elliot.
I know, right?
Because first of all of the lads look good, right? We could work on screen, without being too much of an arrogant. But not only they're good looking lads, we also we're training to look and move like military professionals.
Maybe if they do a Call of Duty movie, which they've been talking about for forever.
Surely you'll be Price in that, because you look like Price.
I would hope so. I mean, it is my head and face, but they tend to worry about things like box office numbers and all these things, and
those old things.
I give it to Liam Hemsworth, which good old Aussie.
But Call of Duty, 600 million. Modern Warfare did in 3 days. I don't know how many it sold. 30 million now plus.
Upwards of 300 million, wasn't it? It was a lot.
Oh, crazy! How? What about surely that would translate in a box office scenario? You know what I mean?
I have no doubt that the Call of Duty community would go watch it. From what I can make out, it's incredibly difficult to write.
Yeah.
I think you have to approach it like a universal model, like a Marvel universe, and kind of do origin stories and then kind of bring them together for a Avengers. I think that would be the way I'd approach it if I was given the. And
the first one would be a Price movie, yeah.
I think if I wrote it, the first three would be a Price movie, and then he'd get around to call it. Then he'd make Task Force 141, 4 Task Force 141 movies, and then he'd move out from there.
So you'd be in the first 6 movies, are you?
I'd be in the first 6 movies, and then I'd retire. Then we could bring in some young blood.
So yeah, you know, they both want to be involved, and I don't blame them. Typically, voice actors and video game actors don't get the opportunity to transition over to movie. It's just the way it is. It's like Nolan North being in Uncharted. You know, he is Nathan Drake. Tom Holland's taken the reins of that in the movie world, and you know, it was never going to be Nolan North, unfortunately. As much as we love him, it's a different world over there in Hollywood. But yeah, this Call of Duty movie, man, at the moment it's at a standstill, so don't expect it in the next year or two, probably, unless something drastic changes. But I can understand it from a business point of view. Activision are going so well with COD Mobile and other things, the other Call of Duties, that, you know, they're making so much money off that they're better off prioritizing that over the movie, because the movie's only going to make so much. You know, let's say the movie makes 500 million. Call of Duty makes that in 3 days. The game. You know, that movie will make that over weeks and weeks and weeks, plus marketing and expenses and this. That's not even profit. That's just, you know, so it comes down to money, unfortunately, with these things, and it's don't expect it anytime soon, guys, but I hope something changes soon, and if it does, I will let you know. I'll be on top of it, because I'm a big movie guy and a big Call of Duty guy, and blend the two. I think we've got something cool on our hands, and the universe that they had in mind, they were talking about, could be really cool. Imagine focusing on maybe a Frank Woods in one movie, then a Captain Price, blending the two like the Avengers, you know. There's something really cool that could be made out of that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the Call of Duty movie. Let me know down below, what would you like to see from the movie, and tell me, did you actually enjoy Extraction? Because I thought it was pretty cool. But guys, thanks as always. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video.